Welcome to the Alignment Creation podcast. This is the first episode, and I'm so excited because I've been wanting to do this for such a long time. What exactly? To share from a place of alignment, to share from a place where I do believe that true magic resides when we are sharing in the moment of inspiration. That's when what we create, what we share, what we give to others have the greatest impact, can have the greatest impact, because we are sharing from the light of our spirits, shining through. And actually, I maybe should call this the manifestation podcast, because that is not what it's all about, but the core principles, the core value within this podcast is very much based and related to how manifestation works. So even if I'm not talking about the actual concept or the formula using those words, it's the same principles. And the reason why I wanted to start this podcast, and before I go any further, I just want to welcome you here, whether you are tuning in from YouTube or another platform. This is a place for you. This is a place that I hope that you will find valuable in, that you will revisit to spark the creative ideas and the creative guide already existing within you. So the reason why I have been wanting to do this for such a long time is, first of all, I love YouTube. I love YouTube. I consume a lot of content out there. I could perceive myself as a student of YouTube in that area. And the reason for that is because YouTube and the digital world overall has so much potential to offer us. If you think about it, in some countries there aren't even schools, but in the Western world, most children go to school. But even if the curriculum may be great and all that, depending on your view of school, it's pretty much learning, adopting information that somebody else decided would be valuable for you. But on the internet, on YouTube, you can decide what you want to learn, what you want to learn more about, improving your skill, explore new passions, learn better strategies, how to be a present parent. You decide the topics that you want to learn, and the options are endless. So that is one reason why I love YouTube. The other reason why I love YouTube is because it's accessible to you and me, for you who also want to create your own online dream, for me who wants to create a space for myself, for my own growth, but also a space that allow what I share to become the pillar and the foundation for a community that attracts people that tune into my energy and attract people that tune into each other's energies. So why the podcast? Yeah. I love strategies. I love instrument and concepts and blueprints, clues to success, all those things. But what I don't like is that for some reason, this is how it has been for me anyway. Sometimes when I want to apply a strategy, a blueprint, a framework for creating something, for sharing something, I often lose myself in the blueprint, in the strategy, and start to unconsciously believe that it is the blueprint or the instrument that contains the true power. But the true power comes from within ourselves. The true power unfolds when we let that flow into the instrument, the strategy that we are applying. And that's how I felt a little bit regarding my own YouTube journey, because I want my own YouTube journey, because I feel like it is the headquarter for my online dream business, and studying and investing in the courses and the tips that I found to be often so valuable, but it also got me discouraged when I was putting more time into editing a video than it took to record it. I start to think, but the reason why I recorded the video was because I felt that the content within was valuable in some way. I felt that it had some inspirations or tips or, mindset strategies that I wanted to share. And that is already done, but I cannot release it because it's not edited. And I never liked the idea of following rules just for the sake of following rules. In my opinion, we made up rules in the first place, so we can make up new rules. And that's the same with any strategy and concept. Not saying them not to be valuable, but they can only be valuable when we use them from a place of alignment. So I'm not saying to toss all the strategies away, but don't think that you have to pick the perfect strategy, and picking the right strategy is where the magic lies. The magic lies when you are implementing the energy from your spirit, from within yourself, into what you are doing. And that's the reason why this Align Creative podcast is born. I want to share with you in the moment. I don't want to wait to share this with you guys until I have edited, because this can be, or something within this could be potentially the seed that sparks something within you. Not to everybody, of course, who tunes in, but for somebody. And how can that be giving value when we are keeping the value to ourselves? So I really encourage you, no matter what you feel like you want to share your value, if it's YouTube, blogging, Pinterest, social media, Instagram, share it with the world now. And the benefits with sharing it now is not only that it has the potential to serve others, to serve the person who is in the need for that specific perspective, inspiration, wisdom in their current step of the journey. The other effect is that you will grow while sharing. You will grow as you go. I love cheesy expressions. I love quotes. So you will hear a lot of them here. And to give you a little scene from my story, why I ended up here. Okay, I have not ended anywhere. I have just begun. Is that I awoke this dream 4 years ago due to different circumstances in my outside reality. I was starting to question my life. I felt like I should be happy. I should be happy, but I don't feel that way. And I remember that the dream that once and always filled me since I were a kid to become an artist or singer-songwriter. I wanted to create and release my own music. No matter the dark times, the challenges, going through the teenage transformation area, I could always tap into that energy. But if it was 4 years, I'm not sure, but 4 years ago, 5 maybe. Anyway, I was like, I'm not even singing anymore. And I know that the dream itself is not dead, but it's so silent. I haven't heard from it for a long, long time. And that occasion and other elements interacting with each other led me to a place where I felt I want to live a life of alignment, of purpose, of passion, of satisfaction, of joy. Not chasing joy in future events, not chasing joy in a specific holiday or a specific goal or anything. I want to feel it now. And I actually remember when I got my first kid, 1 year after he was born, I said to my mom, I know this will sound so strange, but the thing with goals, I'm really good at achieving them, but I need to feel good right now in order for me to do so. And at that time, saying that to my mom, I felt it was like wrong to say that. It was odd to even think like that, because unconsciously that's how I've been taught. And maybe you too. not by my parents, but by the society. In school, it's all about grades, and this is important for your future self. You need good grades so that you in the future can have a job that may give you some good income. Okay, today maybe we talk a little bit to the kids more about a job that feels okay for you. But what is that? How can education be about chasing outside results? Shouldn't education be about learning now? Shouldn't education be about wanting to grow, following our curiosity, wanting to explore new things? And I know that for some kids, they love school, and I think that is great. But those years ago, like 9 years ago, saying that to my mom actually expressed something that I deep within myself already knew. The first principle, or one of the main principle in manifestation. If you are into that concept, that principle basically mean in order for us to live a happy life, we need to be happy. And we need to be it now, because the only time there is now. Time is just an illusion. What we feel right now is what we experience. And if we feel excited, happy, joy now for this future concept, the future self, the future goal, in this moment, when we receiving those positive feelings, we feel happy. And that's the same when creating your online business. I know there's very much talk about strategies. And as I said, I think strategies can be very valuable, just like school. School can be valuable depending on, how we perceive it. But for me, the real magic and the real value is when we can tap into our dreams now, when we can feel the emotions of our dreams flowing to and through us in the now. And that is exactly what this space is about. Me sharing what I feel aligned with, capture my inspired ideas in spirit, and share them with you. And hopefully you will find some positive energy within what I share that ignites something within you. So I think I will wrap this first very short episode up because I have not scripted anything. I just visit my created space for inspiration flow and expressed what I felt from within in this moment. I would love to hear from you if this was something that resonated with you, and if it did, consider to subscribe to my YouTube channel or to subscribe to the podcast. See you in the next episode.